to introduce everyone to our newest additions here at the zoo, our two new beaver girls, Squash and Hashbrown. They are 1-year-old beavers from another zoo. They were born at the Minnesota Zoo. They moved in with our 15-year-old beaver, Acorn. She has exceeded the median life expectancy for beavers in zoos by almost 5 years. These girls are really hard to tell apart. Beavers in general do all kind of look the same. The easiest way to tell them apart is their tails. Hashbrown's tail is mostly very rounded with one very, very slight notch in it, but Squash has a kind of prominent notch in her tail on one side, and then the very end of her tail, it's kind of squared off on the end. The other way I can tell them apart, it's pretty subtle, but Hashbrown always has this look of surprise on her face. So our first priorities with Squash and Hashbrown, now that they're here, is going to be to start relationship building with the keepers. So right now we're using some of their favorite snacks like apples and sweet potatoes and bananas to kind of make friends, just getting them to eat with us sitting near them. Hopefully eventually that'll progress with them taking food out of our hands. Acorn's really helping out with us making friends with the new little girls because she's been in zoos working with keepers for 15 years, so she knows everything. So these girls have just started taking food if we toss it to them. But as we move along, our goal is going to be to do some target training, ask them to get in and out of crates on cue, because trying to pick up a little beaver right now, they're only 20 pounds. It's not that hard if I really need to get in there and scoop them up. But when they're full grown, they can be over 50 pounds, and that's going to be a little bit harder on both of us. So it will be way better if we can just open that crate door and ask them to walk on in. And then our big main goal, some of you may have seen in the past, is walkabouts. We would open the doors and they would walk around the zoo and guests could see them doing beaver things, collecting branches, and maybe even getting to touch the beavers, and that's going to be our big goal. Maybe someday we'll even be able to take them on outreach programs. Our goal is for everyone to just fall in love with beavers because they're really amazing animals. They are so important for the environment. They will take the tiniest little trickle of a stream and dam it up, and that creates an entire waterhole system. And as we all know, the waterhole is the most important place for most of the animals around. It helps the plants grow, which creates habitats for hundreds of animals. So they're creating entire riparian zones that help support dozens, if not hundreds, of other species of animals. So they're very important for us to have around, and they're just fun to watch in the meantime as well. So we hope you love these two new girls as much as we do.